Previously on Kerbal Space Problem. And launch. A weird configuration. It might seem unbalanced, but it's not. It's perfectly balanced and it's going straight. There's no time to turn around, and guess what? This little feller has dual engines. Perfect. Sunrise. Let's watch it out of the cabin. Minecraft. I have chosen this crater as my destination. Ah, crap. Oh, what's with the gears? Yes! It's working. 35 meters per second. There's a jump here. Whoa! Can we get into orbit? No, I don't think so. Well, not the wing. And RCS off, SAS off, brakes on, lights off. Yes! Brakes off. And we're going. Where are we going in the first place? Ooh, there's a crater. I bet you I'd be able to fly across it. Full throttle, RCS as well. And we are going upwards indeed, as seen here. What am I doing? Alright, turn off this engine and try to keep this up with the RCS. That's what I have RCS for, so I can do this. And we're going down. That's not working. What I'm worried about is that I'll have to slow down afterwards. Huh? Yeah, let's turn on the other engines to slow ourselves down. So we can land again. Get rid of that velocity as well. And finally... And now I think we're going straight down. No, we're going straight up. What am I doing? Go down! And no, it's the same story as we had before. And... Right... I'm going up again. What am I doing? Also, we're running low on everything. Perhaps we'll just load the quick save, and especially if this is nothing new, this terrain here, if it's not a new biome, especially then, we're just gonna load the quick save and try to use this fuel in a better way, as in getting home. That's a pretty decent landing. Everything off, brakes on, and let's see what biome this is. Yeah, it's the same thing. So we were able to get across the crater very nicely and land again. This is a pretty decent moonplane, although it's lacking fuel and RCS fuel. But we're just gonna load the quick save and go home from there. With these, what we'll do, we'll just observe them here, because I don't have anything better to do with them. I had them with me just in case we encountered two different biomes, but that's not happening. So yeah, we'll just take the measurements here. They're not gonna be worth much when we get back. Why are the brakes still on? Brakes on, off. Now they're off, I see myself sliding. Alright. To get back to Kerbal, we just need to burn in this direction a lot. a lot. Much more than we did when we jumped across this crater here. And now just turn to something like that and just keep burning for a long time. We have a limited supply of fuel, but we have RCS afterwards, and I think together it's gonna be enough. Whew, we're out of fuel already. That was unexpected. Now we are in a very bad state. Not much fuel. Well, we're gonna have to rely on RCS from now on the entire way back to Kerbin. I decided to do something like this instead. The estimated burn is not correct because we have no fuel. We're doing it with RCS. So I guess let's skip to there and we'll see how long this is with RCS. If it's longer than it seems like we have available here, then just abort the mission and start a new mission to refill this one. This is going pretty slowly, that's going slowly as well, but I don't think it's gonna be enough. No, it's not gonna be enough. Let's just stop and let's refill it. This is our refilling mission. It's pineapple juice, one that we've used before, but this time I've added RCS, so it's gonna be a lot easier to dock, and I've also changed the staging at this at the top here, so this docking port is not gonna be covered up to the very end. Alright, I'm finally gonna start talking again. So here's the plan. I dropped off everything off of this that we won't be needing, like RCS fuel. I dropped half of that, and this fuel, I dropped all of it here. We will definitely not need that much. And this here is all we really need. That's even too much itself. But just in case I haven't estimated it correctly, I'm gonna keep that. Undock that, and switch to it, of course. No. That way, and that way. Alright, we're gonna get to the moon the same way we did previously with that other craft, with the, what is it, the fish alarm. We're gonna get very low and then very high, basically up to the moon. Here is our double moon maneuver that we've done before, but I still don't know how to work with. We're doing the first burn in 6 minutes. It's gonna be not a number, or nothing. And just for efficiency, I'm gonna disable these two engines, because the third one is a lot more efficient. As you can see, I am overdoing the maneuver, and I'm doing that intentionally. I want to get this very low, like 20, that's pretty good, but we're not landing. It's just that I want to drop these things off, because we really don't need them. It's just unnecessary weight, and this, all of this, bye-bye, we don't need you. Huh? What did I do there? Oh, I activated those two engines, but now they're gone. Alright, now let's undo what we've overdone. Undo what we've overdone. So we're above atmosphere again. That's good. Delete that maneuver. And turn around again, because that's where we'll be going in about 18 minutes. Alright, that's about now. Is our perhaps staying below atmosphere? I always need to check. No, it's not. Not really. Yeah, that's pretty accurate, I guess. And we have a moon encounter, all the words in our face. Well, that's not good. Let's continue, because apparently we'll have another one here. Yeah. We don't need that anymore. Let's just get the perhaps low, lower, 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 and that's about it. The pain is very good, like the ascending and descending node. Let's see what happens if we burn away from Kerbal, like there. That might change things. No, that's increasing it. We want to go the opposite way. Yeah, and this way we'll be able to get pretty low with our periapsis. Like, At what height is that? 11. Wait, what? Fish alarm. 36. So we have to go a little lower yet. Alright. About to encounter moon, we'll see if this is correct or not. And we're going the wrong way. Ha! That's going clockwise, right? Yeah, I'm pretty sure it's going clockwise. That changes things. We might not have enough fuel then. And we have to burn in this direction, I'm pretty sure, to fix that. And we're going through the moon, and a little more, and we're going still through, and that's it. That's where we need to go. Now set that as our target to see the ascending and descending node. Apparently they don't exist for whatever reason. I'm gonna go a little higher so we can do the catch-up job. Hey, it really seems like the ascending and descending nodes don't exist. Because that's pretty accurate. Aha, found ya. Fixing the descending node? No, I'm not fixing it. I'm making it worse. Have to turn around and burn this way. That's close enough. Turns out if we burn at our apoapsis, we will get a nice intersect. So let's do that. In what time? In 1 hour and 4 minutes. Let's get pretty much spot on with this, just because it's 2 seconds. Like that's, I think that's accurate, but it's nothing. And let's just get rid of the maneuver. And do this with a low throttle, so we can do it accurately. Ah, they're coming together. Whoa, now they're going apart. Ah, 0.8. 9, 8, 9, 8, 6, 4, 3. Yeah, that's what we're gonna go with. Ooh, there it is, 31 kilometers away. Seems a lot more here, but that's because I'm comparing it with the moon, and the moon is much smaller than Kerbal, so it's very logical that this is only 30 kilometers. Relative to the target, I'm moving exactly the way I'm facing, which is the opposite of what I want, so I'm gonna turn around, obviously. And be ready to burn in about this direction. And there it is! Fish alarm. Let's brake a bit more. Now, careful that we don't crash into it. Correct that? Oh, 0.0. I got lucky there. Now turn in a good position. Let's just do something like this. And point our docking port to the north. That's it? Yeah? Yes. Now, switch to the other one. This one has better RCS things. Let's disable some of them, so... yeah, that's what I want. And let's park this thing. That's it. SS off to make it easier. Let's switch to the other one and switch SS off here as well. Come on. Alright, we can wait to... Seriously, what's going on? Why is this velocity not... Okay. So I'm executing our return maneuver using what's left in this fuel tank here. Let's see how much throttle can we use where we're not gonna start turning out, spinning that way, because it's obviously not centered. I could use both engines, but then I'd have to transfer the fuel there, and I'm too lazy to do that. So I ended up doing the entire thing just using this engine, and I just use the low throttle, and that does the trick. I don't need to transfer any fuel and use both engines or something like that. And even time warp worked, so I did that, and oh, that's right, we're gonna have some fuel left here. How about saving this and putting it on the space station? Which means aero braking only to a certain level, not to the level where we land. That's too far already. Let's do like 35. Sunrise over Kerbin as we're returning for our aero braking maneuver. Bob can't quite see it though. See, his face is kinda dark because this thing is in his face. Oh, look, a gear. Now I can see what the gears do. Oh, it almost came in here. I wonder if we can do that. That would be pretty funny, have a gear in your face. So, we're almost there, we're just about to enter the atmosphere and start burning. We're docked together, so that might cause problems or it might not. I hope anyway that we don't go too far with this aero braking maneuver, because then we'll have to land and we'll have no way of bringing this fuel back to the station. It's gonna be lost. And we're in atmosphere. I just remembered this thing has no parachute. It's supposed to land like a plane, so just in case we did overdo the aero braking, let's transfer some of the fuel in here. This way we can land and use the engines in the front here to brake, and we still have some fuel to bring back to the station, even though it's not much. If we don't overdo the aero braking anyway, we'll just bring both of these back to the station probably, or separate them and land this, and well, we'll see. There are lots of options, but they all depend on how this aero braking goes. Alright, that's over, and now there are so many options that I don't know what to do. I guess I'll do aero braking again at a much higher altitude, so let's skip to our apoapsis. 41 seems a little deep to me, so I'm gonna make a quick save just in case, and let's do this. Actually, it wasn't enough. Let's do that again, at the same height, and see what happens. So that's exactly what I wanted. Alright, the plan is this could probably land with no supplies at all, so let's transfer everything back here. I changed my mind about things, because this is a plane after all, you don't need anything to land. Just wheels. Whoops, no. That goes here. We don't even need monopropellant. RCS fuel. All we need is electric charge and gears. So I think that's it. Who's going down? I think Enric. Still can't say that name. Undock that. And increase its periapsis so it doesn't aero brake anymore. Now my biggest concern is that I'm gonna land somewhere in water, so I hope I don't land right here, right now. I hope it stays up enough, long enough that I get out of the atmosphere again. Otherwise we're probably gonna land here, and that's not gonna end well. Although there are a bunch of islands here and there, we could reach those probably, even with no fuel. But we're getting out of the atmosphere anyway, so that's good. Second aero braking on its own. It seems like we will land this time, since that's so low, and this is low as well. This is at the point where we put it when we're getting back from the moon, and we're probably gonna land somewhere along this line here, which is all land, so that's perfect, that's great, brilliant, and we're not gonna be splashing into any oceans today. I just missed the last sunrise that's gonna be seen from this cockpit, and we are for sure landing now. Our periapsis just disappeared. I hope we're landing there somewhere at the brightness, at the sunlight, whatever that's called, the bright side of the planet, the day side. Yeah, let's time warp so we see where we're gonna land. It's getting a lot closer. Every second it's getting closer to us, but we are moving forward as well. So somewhere in these mountains probably. Yeah, for sure. What the flames scared me. But what do the mountains look like? Not too bad. Not a bad landing site. We'll see what the speed is when we get close to the surface. We're so fast that the air friction itself is slowing us more than the gravity is speeding us up. But that's gonna switch around eventually, and we'll have to use other techniques of slowing ourselves down. These engines here in the front don't work because there's no fuel, so we'll have to do loopings or something to get rid of all the velocity. How high are we? Radar altitude is saying nothing yet. I think when the radar starts moving, that's the time to start braking, so we don't crash into the ground. Oh, there goes the radar. Time to straighten ourselves out. Open the gears. and we want to keep going downwards. Ah, we're slowing down. We're so fast still. And this is not a very aerodynamic plane anyway. It has all these things here and there, so I guess it's logical that it's not a very good flyer. And I like it that way, because it's going to be easy to get rid of all of this velocity and land. Right, our altitude is at 200 and dropping. This is also a hill upwards, so I'll have to keep that in mind. The lights are telling me that I'm very close to the ground. Oh yeah, so close. So let's do something like this. If we destroy our engine, it doesn't matter, just as long as the cockpit and these things survive. And the gears. All of the gears seem to survive. Is that a touchdown? No. It just seemed to me like one. And we're just about to touch the ground, as I see by the lights. And that's it. SS off, brakes on. If we look down, that decreases lag. Lights, we don't need them either anymore. Whoa. And that's it. Let's recover and see what crazy amounts of science we get from this. Woohoo! That's actually more than I expected, since we didn't spend most of our time collecting science. Instead we spent most of our time trying to land a plane on the moon, which gives you no science. But yeah, I'm glad we earned science from that. It's been a successful mission. I switched to this, and apparently it has a very low periapsis inside the atmosphere. How did this happen? Did I not bring it above 70 but only above 60 or something? Something like that must have happened, because this was unexpected. So I guess let's do one more aero braking. It's not gonna do much at this height, and then when we're at our apoapsis, let's try to finally raise this above the atmosphere and finally get an intersect with that. I'm not sure if this happens often or if it's a coincidence, but look at this. If I make this spin, somehow they have the exact same time in which they get around Kerbin, it seems like, because these intersects are just switching colors, they're not actually moving. I can do it faster. No, I can't do it faster with this graph, but this is amazing. I can't believe I managed to do it. So there's never gonna be an intersect, is it? A close approach. I'll have to do something about it. Alright, this sounds like a plan. When we get here, the station is gonna be in a very inconvenient spot, like somewhere over there, behind the planet. But we're gonna change our speed so that our orbit takes 1.5 times as long, time-wise, and we're gonna get here exactly in the time when the station does something like this, and we're gonna be together. And that just happened. Unfortunately, we don't have much fuel left, and we're probably gonna use up all of it trying to stabilize ourselves with the station, like get into the same orbit and see how much speed we have relative to it. We have to cancel all of that out, and that will cost us most of our fuel here. But at least we'll bring some RCS there. We're out of fuel, just RCS, and we're doing terrible. Now we'll probably burn all of our RTS as well by the time we get there. What's our map looking like? We could call this one a failure and just deorbit this thing. And I think that's exactly what I'm gonna do. Now if we could just get this inside the atmosphere, that would be great. Yeah, we will be able... I'm pretty sure we will be able to get it inside the atmosphere, but not much. 63, that's gonna decrease our apoapsis very slightly, and then when we get around it's gonna do it again, and again, and again, and again. That only decrease our apoapsis by like 3000 meters, which is nothing compared to what we need to do total, so we're not doing that, or at least we're not doing this way. We're doing another maneuver type of thing, an action, basically, that will decrease our apoapsis or periapsis even more. So stay on this marker, and now just hold downwards. This is something I saw at a video by Scott Manley. And basically just spin, 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 as long as it's accelerating, and then you need to hit that marker, the retrograde marker, with space. Oops, that wasn't the correct staging. Yeah, and now I threw myself backwards. And turn on ISS, I stopped spinning, and that should decrease my periapsis a bit more. Just a bit. Yeah. Yeah, that's acceptable. It's gonna help a lot. Thanks, Scott Manley. That was actually a lot more effective than the previous one, so I'm happy we did that. It's gonna shrink the time it takes us to land a lot. I've also checked the time on this episode, and it's like the raw footage is about 2.5 hours, so I can assume the episode is long enough and it's reaching its final length. So I guess we'll wrap it up about now, and the only interesting thing from now on is the splashdown anyway. Thanks for watching.